Welcome to MoggyBoxCraft. I'm Deborah. So today I thought I'd update you on my avocado growing progress because it's nearly been 2 full years since I started growing these from seed, or like food waste. But if you want to see how I started my avocados off from food waste and how I got on in the first year and what I all did to keep them growing, I shall leave a link to that video up here and in the description box below. Let's rewind the clock to a year ago and let me show you the progress and how we've got to here and today. Well, it's been 181 days since I started growing these avocados. So this avocado is going to stay on my kitchen windowsill. There is a little bit of damage, unfortunately due to the kettle. When we've been boiling the kettle, it's just a little bit too close to the steam, so please ignore the little burnty bits. I am sure the plant will be absolutely fine. That one can go and live in the windowsill. And the other avocado plant is going to go and live outside. So this one is definitely a little bit bushier. I would say that's probably more good luck than good management. But yeah, this one's going to go and live outside now because it is now the middle of May. So this avocado plant can live outside on our decking and we'll see how it gets on. It's now been over a year since I started growing these avocados from seed. It's actually been 385 days since I started growing these. The one in the pink pot has been living on our kitchen windowsill, and the one in the green pot has been living outside on our decking table. The one that's been inside on our kitchen windowsill has definitely fared a whole lot better. There's a few little burnt bits on some of these leaves, but I think that might have been from the steam from our kettle when we boil it. Apart from that, it's growing really well. It's definitely getting taller. I think it's because it's not been battered by the elements. It's looking pretty happy. The one that's been living on our decking outside is definitely not faring quite as well. There's definitely a lot of difference in height between the two of these. The one that's been outside on the decking is probably about a foot shorter, but it is starting to really branch out here. It's got a little branch coming out now. I'm quite happy with how this is doing. I mean, yes, the leaves are a little bit burned and ravished, but I think it's doing pretty well for being outside at the moment. Bearing in mind we are in Scotland. This avocado still has to survive winter and we're not there yet. So we'll see what happens in the next 6 months. But for the moment I'm going to pop this one back on our decking. But for the one living on our kitchen windowsill, it is getting a little bit too big. So I've got my secateurs and I'm going to give it a bit of a trim or a chop and take it back down to the same height as the one that's outside and see if that helps it bush out a little bit. If not, I'm probably going to kill it. Let's hope not. I'll just chop it off there. Isn't that a sensible idea? I think we should chop it off here. So it's about the same height as the one that's been living outside. Let's just chop off some of these leaves that aren't doing so good as well. Let's hope I haven't killed it and it bushes out a little bit more. I guess we'll have to wait another 6 months to find out. So it's day 455 now, and here we are in the greenhouse. The avocado in the green pot has been living on the decking all summer. About a month ago I decided to put it in the greenhouse on a heat mat. And the avocado in the pink pot has been living inside. So since I chopped this bit off, seems to be doing okay. I don't know if the stem's thickening up much, but it's looking not too bad. This avocado is going to continue to live on the kitchen windowsill inside. I just took it outside so you can see the comparison between the two. And this lovely avocado is going to continue living in the greenhouse on a heat mat throughout winter. So far, it seems to be happy enough, but I don't think we're going to really know until it gets into the depths of winter. And hopefully the snow and the cold doesn't kill this one this year. So I guess we will wait and see. It's now day 589. This is the avocado that's been in the house on the kitchen windowsill. About December time, I realised that it was root bound, so I did repot it. So over winter, all its leaves kind of crisped up and fell off. And I am starting to see a little bit more growth here. And if you look really closely in here, there's a lot more growth. Bit spindly looking, isn't it? And this is the avocado that has been in the greenhouse all winter. So I haven't repotted this one, and it's been in a heat mat all winter. It's now nearly the end of March. The growth on this avocado is so good compared to the one that's been in the house. I'm really pleased with that. So these oak leaves have crisped up, but they haven't fallen off yet. And there is so much new growth coming in there. So much more than the one that's been inside. I am really pleased how this is doing, especially because I managed to keep it alive outside, well, in the greenhouse. So going forward into spring and summer, I've decided that I'm going to leave this one outside in the greenhouse on the heat mat along with this avocado for the moment. And then later, when it's warmer, midsummer, I think I'm going to plant this in the greenhouse and see if it survives the winter. I will probably then have to wrap it with fleece or something. But maybe just being in the ground in the greenhouse will be enough. I don't know yet, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more established by then as well. And for this avocado, I'm going to wait and see if it comes back to life being in the greenhouse. I'm going to repot it into a much bigger plant pot, leave it in the greenhouse over winter again. So next year I'll have the comparison of an avocado on a heat mat through winter and one planted in the ground. And see if it is possible to grow avocados in the greenhouse in Scotland. I'm going to leave them there for the moment and wait for spring and summer. And then hopefully this time next year I will have another positive update. Fingers crossed. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, share and subscribe. Of course subscribing is optional, but it is very much appreciated. And you can follow my avocado growing journey. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!